very, very well because he's my wife's nephew. That's how we know each other very well. And we've been paddling together before he moved to Tahiti and then I moved here. So when I was younger, I used to win more races. I won 2 times the Aito, 2 times the Super Aito, only once the Hawaiki Nui, unfortunately. But I was only in an amateur club. Everything I did was in an amateur club. I never really entered Shell of Hour. Even though they tried to turn me in 1 year, but I thought that the quality of life in Hawaii was better for me and my children especially. That's why I stayed in Hawaii. And I was lucky when I came to paddling. They just started doing molds because it's first in French Polynesia. Concerning the one-man canoes, everybody had its own canoe at home. Like everybody had an uncle that had built a canoe or that would build a canoe for you. So every canoe was original. You didn't have the same model. And that's when Louis was winning a lot. I don't know if you heard about him. He was winning a lot. He had always one special model or so. And I came in and they finally got those canoes that were super light because at the time it was like 40 kilos, 50 kilos. I don't know how much that makes in pounds.
So, maybe 10 pounds.
Yeah. And then I came in, the canoes were only 15 kilos, you know. So that was a lot lighter. And we were having molds, so everybody had the same canoe in generic. And I came in from the surfing first. I used to surf a lot, and I had one of my models in surfing that was a good paddler too. Manutea Danielson, who's his cousin too. And I wanted to surf like him, and I saw him paddle. I wanted to paddle too. I've always wanted to paddle, but it was a big deal because it was a physical thing in Tahiti. That's why it was important. We always did the one man first because when they look at you, you're skinny. They say, "Ah, you're no good. You know, we don't care about you." So that's what happened to me. I wasn't really somebody that people cared. So nobody really taught me how to paddle. I kind of found out my own way. And when I started paddling, those lighter canoes were there, and everybody was paddling the old way, just like they were paddling 100-pound canoes. But those ones were a lot lighter. And I came in, and the canoes, even though there was a surfing position, they were still pounding and paddling slow, the old ancestral way, you know, really deep and slow and more Hawaiian style, like, you know. And I realized that maybe we could catch waves too with this thing. So I was kind of like the first guy who started catching waves with the D1. And first, they treated me like a cheater because I wasn't paddling the right way. That's not how you're supposed to paddle. That's not how our ancestors taught us how to paddle, you know. And I'm happy that now they thank me about it because now everybody surfs and everybody knows how to do it. And I'm behind now. So, first thing I'd say, I like to say to the people, the first technique for me is the breathing. It's very important to match your breathing with your stroking all the time. Don't wait to be tired to breathe. That's very important because if you breathe when you're tired, it's too late. It's just like running. I like to say that paddling is like running, but with the upper body. You know, you're running on the ocean with your arms, like, you know, instead of running with your lower body, you're running on the ocean. And it's important to keep the breathing good. And then concerning the stroke, I'd say that the power point will always be on the front. You never want to be pushing back. That's not where you want to be. You always want to have a good catch. It's important to try and catch very precisely the water. You don't want to make bubbles. I try to make it go like a knife. That's very important. So some people will think that you really got to try and catch it like this or so. But if you're not comfortable doing it like that, you're going to have a weird stroke. It's better to do it just as long as you feel comfortable. You know, you don't want to push it too far, but you don't want to be too close either where you're like trying to do a weird movement or something. Just do it where you feel comfortable and where your catch is good. Where it goes, I come sideways. I always come sideways, especially if the wind is coming or something. And then I try at the last moment to catch. When I catch, I try to look precisely where I'm going to catch it because sometimes there's waves too, so it's important to put the right catch. And to do the straight stroke, it's always important to put the shoulder closer to your ears, you know? That's how your stroke will go more like this, for example. Huh? And then what I try to do first is to paddle with my back. When I put it in, I try to pull with the back and then I bend the arms. Push down what you need, but don't press down the whole way. You know, you gotta push down and then pull. Push down and then pull. Because if not, you're pushing down too much, then you're gonna want to go down and back more. And that's when you're gonna go up, because the philosophy is when you're pushing like this, the canoe is going forward and up. When you're going like this, it's going forward. And then when you go like this, it's going down. So you want to push it like this, and then when it's up to here, you're not pushing anymore. You're just controlling that power that you've just built up from the front. You're just controlling it, and releasing it is very important too, in a smooth way. It's not just woof, woof. You gotta go woof, and then when you've got that power point to the max, you gotta know how to release it. Like from the start, it will start slow, like in the intensity. Yeah, I'll make it in a noise, because it's like a feeling that I'm trying to explain. It was more like shoot, and then wah. Once you've got your 100%, it's like you start from like 20, 30, 40, and you go to 100%, and then once you got that 100%, that's when you release it. You know what I mean? So with the upper body, I'm doing that movement. I'm not even bending the arm yet, you see? Try to put it closer as I can, so it's like this. So I'm doing that movement with the upper body, and with the lower body, I'm trying to do that movement, you know, like this movement. So when I reach, what I try to do is to go on my leg, on this leg. I try to climb, like I'm going to climb on it. And then I poke it, and then I pull. As I pull, I'm pushing with this leg at the same time. And then I'm like, wow. And as I release, it's important to feel the pop. Maybe some people don't feel the pop. That's why as you're releasing it, there's one point where you're going to feel you got to turn your upper arm. That's why me, when I paddle, I never squeeze my paddle. I always paddle like this. The whole way. Like this, and put my thumb there so it doesn't slide out the paddle. I always paddle like this, so I'm not having too much stress on my hand at the same time. So it's like this, and then put the top where it goes. And the fuel will down and pop back. So at the same time, if you break the wrist and put your elbow up, it makes the hand rest at the same time, you know? So as you're going back, you're resting. It's like, and then you try to catch it. You gotta want to go move your upper body forward as you like climbing on your paddle, and then catch it. See where you're catching it, and then pull it with your back first. And this is automatically, that's what Steve told me. For him, is one of the most important things too. How you're gonna do that movement? How you're gonna push here with your upper shoulder? You're gonna have that movement here. It's not the arm that's pushing, it's the shoulder. As this one goes forward, this one's going backwards. And match your breathing with it. Match always your breathing with it. The other thing is that you gotta have different speeds. There's the the more speed you pick up, the shorter the stroke. And the more flexibility you have in your wrist, that's when you can make it shorter or whatever. It's all about that flexibility you also have in your wrist. Feel that pop, you don't want to have that pop at the city, you know? It's all about that, the wrist goes with it, you know? That's what makes your return smooth. You want to power here and try to recuperate as much as possible on top. The philosophy that I had at first is how can I go faster giving the less effort. Always work on yourself too. Always think about the way you're doing it. Am I not working too hard for nothing, you know? What if I try to let go a little bit and be more in a smooth move? Because when everybody's trying to push hard, for example, on a 6-man canoe, sometimes it doesn't go. Because everybody's trying too hard. Sometimes you put yourself more at ease with less stress in your move because you're not trying so hard, you're just more in a natural way, and that's when the canoe has more flow. In Tahiti, Shalwaan, they train really hard. They like to do that in Tahiti. Of course, they go in a calm, they take 2 6-men, they tie up 2 sticks, like a 12-man, and then they tie up a rope in the middle with a big tire, like a big, you know, those big tires for the CrossFit. And then they paddle. But they paddle maybe 40 strokes a minute. And they're just going. And they're paddling with blades that are 28 centimeters, like just as long as this one. And like this wide, about this long, you know. That's what Shelva paddles with. And then when they go to the race, they have a smaller one, you know, but still big. And they're like, oh, it's smooth, funny. There's no tired, man. And the most important of all is being one in the canoe. Everybody's got to work together. Of course, you all know that you gotta, when you call to push, everybody push, you know. If somebody's like, oh, I'm gonna push later, or that's not gonna work, you know. Or I'm just gonna go with the flow. I'm a little bit tired, you know. Whatever happens, you give it all, especially if you're training, you know. I like to see a guy sometimes go out of the training. I say, oh, he gave it all in, you know. That's why, you know. Instead of sometimes you see some guys, they're always afraid to give it all in, you know. You gotta test your limits too when you're paddling. And you gotta work hard together in a philosophy where we're all brothers. Like me, many years, like from 2008 to 2014, Shell comes here and meet you guys. I mean, like the Hawaiian teams or whatever. And then when they go to Tahiti, they're not first. We're not first, but we're in front of them. So we're proud because we're a small team from Hawaii. We paddle only 6 guys for the 3 laps. And we get to meet Shelva, who trains like hell. Why? Because we train 1 hour together every night, like really hard. Like when we go, we want to go hard for 1 hour. That's it. And we trust each other that every morning everybody's going to do their job on their own, even though we don't see each other. You know, that's what's important. The trust, knowing that hey, we want to do it. Hey, you want to do it? Are we in together in this one? So we have like 4 months to go. Okay, all together. We have to sacrifice our families and everybody. That's what everybody does over there too. It's not just all about these techniques. It's also all about the giving that you have to give in. And that's why when you're in a team and somebody's down, sometimes you gotta help them up. And in the training, there's days that are good, days that are bad. But if you work hard together, you're gonna get the results for sure. You can get better and improve. It depends on what is the philosophy of the group. You can have like a group of like 24 people or even more. Or you can have a group of 9, 12 men and more like 12 men and focus like on something really more physical and a result, you know, depending on what's the objective for everybody. And if you can like find 6 men who really are ready to sacrifice their families and train hard for once, you know, like at least for 4 months, 5 months, even better from the beginning of the year if it's possible to get already to here. That's what counts too. Very important. And to eat together, you know, to do things together, that's what brings the people together. That's why Shelva, they train well, and they're always together too at the same time, so sometimes it can be hard for them, but when they start to really live it up, they really know each other, and they're like brothers on the canoe too, you know. That's what's important. That's what in Tahiti they call the tahoe, eh? You really gotta be one on the canoe. That's why you gotta have somebody like Hindine too, who can really, I think, help you guys out in the techniques. If he's a little bit timid sometimes, he's trouble talking a lot. Not like me, maybe. I'm a talker, maybe more than his. But he's got a lot of knowledge too. He's been to paddling and stuff, and Paddling Connection, you know, they were on the podium with the Hawaiki Nui too, and he knows things, and I'm sure he can help you guys out. But if you guys work with him too and give it up to him, I'm sure he can give even more, you know. Is there any questions?